Hello and welcome everybody. This is Sergio. Welcome back to another video recap lecture. Today we're going to be going over best practices for bid strategies. This is a video recap for the written lecture, best practices for bid strategies and budgets. We're going to go ahead and discuss how to set up bid strategies and budgets that you can use to kind of automate things. There are some pretty cool features that Google AdWords puts in place for advertisers to sort of set bids automatically so that you can show your ads at the top of the page. So you don't necessarily have to start off very conservatively and wait to see where you're ranking every day, check your positions and increase your positions using manual bid changes or rules based off of position from the day before. There are a couple of ways to go about it, and this is just one of them. So I'm going to cover how to do this now in a couple of different ways. So I'm going to go ahead and back up here since we just ended our last campaign or our last video recap lecture. Start off at the all campaigns view on the campaigns tab. And what I'm going to do is navigate here to our shared library. And this is where we'll be able to create bid strategies. I've already clicked here before, but essentially in your shared libraries, you have your left navigation here as well as some links to view different things, bid strategies, or under bid strategies here on the right, you can click view and you could start to create bid strategies. I have a few already here. I'm going to go ahead and click on plus new bid strategy. The one that I want to go over first, because I think it's the best one that I like to rely on, especially for new campaigns that are being restructured or just brand new new accounts right out of the box that have not done any type of advertising before. What we can do here is target search page location with a bid strategy here. By clicking that, we can give it a name, and let's just say, for example, we want this one to make sure the ads are in the top 3 positions. We can click, or we can type the name top 3, select one of the options here that's a top of the first page or anywhere on the first page. We're going to go with top of the first page, hence the name top 3. So the bid automation options are to either automatically raise and lower bids to match the estimated top of page bid, or set bid myself, but automatically adjust bids so they are at least as high as the estimated top of page bid. I choose the automatically raise and lower bids so that you can let Google kind of decide what those bid amounts should be. I also put a nice hefty increase just to start, keeping in mind that Google only charges you a penny more than what the person in the current position of number 1 is to outrank or to rank on top of that person. So essentially you can put $100 cost per click for a keyword, but if the number 1 guy is only offering $10, you will only need to pay $10 and a penny to beat him. So as long as your quality scores are the same. So that's something to keep in mind, because I know a lot of people are probably thinking when taking this course, oh no, why would I want to increase my bids by 20% for everything? Well, this is just to ensure that for a day or two, you have the top ranking positions, and then you can actually remove this bid adjustment, turn it off, and then start to just manually manage your bids as you go. I think this is a really great way to figure out what it's going to take with a lot of keywords to rank in the top positions, rather than having to rely on keyword suggestions or bid suggestions by either the Google Keyword Planner, SEMrush, or any other keyword research tools, which we all know, if you've experienced, doing keyword research, they're not always accurate. The recommended top of page bids change almost every single day due to competitors trying to advertise, offering more site redesigns, and so on and so forth. So you can put a maximum bid limit here. It's optional if you want to. Maybe you want to put a cap and not spend more than $5 per click, and include certain campaigns, optional. If not, you can kind of just go into each campaign setting and change the bid strategy to use this, but you can actually do it from right here. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the wheelchair repairs campaign, hit save, and basically we'll be able to, let's see here, to apply your new bid strategy to additional campaigns, go to the all campaigns, click on the bid strategy, drop down on the corresponding tab, and there you go. So like it was saying before, so we can go to all campaigns. We can then go to, let's just say the scooter repairs one, click on the settings, all settings, and under the bid strategies here, we can click edit, and now our bid strategies are available here. So we can choose any one. So that's how you would set up a bid strategy for the entire campaign, which means every keyword within this campaign is going to have automatically managed cost per clicks. You see these cost per clicks are rather different for a lot of them. That's because I'm using that bid strategy and it's being managed automatically. So let's just say after some time, I'm done relying on the tool. I don't want to use it the bid strategy rather. I don't want to use the bid strategy anymore because I can see from my reports that my average position is pretty high by modifying my columns here. And let's see here, going to, I believe it's attribution, nope, performance, average position under performance, clicking add, and then hitting apply. We can get an idea as to what our average positions are for certain keywords. And if we know that they're a little bit low for certain ones, then we can adjust it manually after removing the bid strategy, which again, you go to the settings, click on the campaign that you want to remove it from, whether it's this one here. Since we have one being used, we can go to manually set my bids for clicks now, and that is how you would remove it, the bid strategy, so that you can manually start to set your bids after relying on it initially to figure out where that sweet spot is for that bid so you can maintain your top 3 positions. Okay, so I'm going to cancel because I don't want to remove that strategy. I like using it. It's fairly, hands-free, if you will, when I don't have to worry about my bid adjustments, and I know it's always in that sweet spot. Got really tight keywords in here with exact match, most of them, if not phrase match or broad match modified. So I know exactly what keywords are being used to drive traffic to this site, and it's converting fairly well. So let's see here. We went over the bid strategy that I wanted to show you, which I feel is most important. There are a few others. Let's go ahead and drill into the search ramps campaign. And, let's go to the shared library and to the bid strategies tab. The enhanced CPC is going to basically adjust your bids, your keyword bids based off of historical conversion data. So you will need to have conversion data gathered for, I believe, 30 days or an equivalent of a certain amount of conversions. So in order to use enhanced CPC, you'll have to have already set up conversions, which we went over, and that will have to have collected a few conversion triggers for it to really be able to work to your advantage. It's probably best if you do this after getting hundreds of conversions so that you have different keywords with a lot of conversion data, not just one campaign with a couple of conversions. You really want to take advantage of having the enhanced CPC option when you have tons of conversions for almost every single ad group and many conversions for each keyword, so that this can automatically say, oh, okay, well, these are the keywords that are converting better than others, and automatically manage your bids in that way. It's a great feature. Just use it. All you have to do is just give it a name and choose which campaigns to use it for. That's it. Then hit save. The other option would be target cost per acquisition, which is basically the same thing, except it's not just going to focus on conversion rate. It's going to focus on the cost per conversion. So let's say you spend $100 for a certain keyword. For every $100 that you spend on a certain keyword, you get 10 conversions, which are either phone calls or chats or whatever you set up those conversions to be. Essentially, that's a $10 cost per conversion for that keyword. Keywords can have different cost per conversions. So if you have a certain cost per acquisition goal that you want to set, such as I want to focus on getting all my conversions at $5 a phone call, if that's the conversion focus, you could put phone call CPA $5 as the title, and then choose which campaigns to add to this and hit save. Then your keywords will automatically be managed based off of which keywords will provide you with an overall average of a $5 cost per lead, or cost per call, or cost per acquisition, whatever you want to refer to it as. Essentially, it's going to help you get those conversions at the cost that you want them to be at. So if you're focusing on numbers like that, that's a great option to use. Target outranking share is really something that I don't rely on too often at all. It's basically to ensure that you're getting most of the market share, ranking higher than a certain competitor, which too much automation sometimes can hurt you. I don't like relying on solely trying to compete with one person rather than bidding intelligently and setting up a campaign properly to work on things that you know are going to work, not just, well, if I'm doing better than my competitor, I'm gonna do awesome. I mean, that's great, but I think you can accomplish both by using these other first three. Maximize clicks, something I want you to just stay away from. That is just going to help you spend as much money as possible. Not good for anybody. I recommend you don't use that. Target return on ad spend is something that you can use if you're an e-commerce website selling products and you've aggregated your conversion revenue data from Google Analytics inside of AdWords, which does require a webmaster, and I've provided some links on how to set that up in the appropriate lectures. You will be able to incorporate revenue data inside of AdWords by setting up e-commerce tracking in Google Analytics, linking up AdWords and Analytics so that your e-commerce revenue data communicates with each other. Again, refer to the instructional page on Google AdWords that I've linked to in the written lecture if you want to find out how to do that. Okay, so those are basically all of the bid strategies. You can create budgets, which is very straightforward. Go to budgets under the shared library tab where I've already gone to. Click create budget, and you can put here shared 500 if you want to, instead of individually creating a $100 budget for 5 different campaigns. You can just create this one shared budget, put $500 per day, and when you go into your campaigns, you can then apply a shared budget instead of setting an individual budget for each campaign. So you would go to settings, under the budget, you can now see this shared 500, so you can have, let's say, 10, 20 campaigns. Keep adding campaigns if you wanted to. As long as you hit this shared 500 button, your daily budget will never exceed that $500 threshold, keeping in mind that sometimes Google does go a little bit over. I think it's about 20% at the max that they will sometimes have your budget go over. So I hope this learning video recap lecture has been helpful. And until next time, everybody, thanks for tuning in.